Hi, I'm Matt Watson, and today I'll be demonstrating how to play defense in lacrosse, and basically what your objective is. Well, first off, this is a deep hole. It's not like the ordinary short stick that somebody in offense would be using. It's much longer, and it's better to play defense on because you get to keep your distance and be able to poke them down. The defense is pretty simple. There's a goalie, a goal, and sometimes 2 to 3 defenders, depending on where you're playing, outside or indoor. Alright, so basically I'm going to teach you some basic stance here. The basic stance is going to be like down low. You make sure your stick is up. You never want to keep your stick down because if your stick is down, you're going to drag it and there's going to be no passes coming down. When your stick is up, your stick's in the passing lane. You have a chance to either knock the ball down, force people to pass it on so they can't pass it, or if they do pass it, you can get it, you can cause a turnover. So in the basic stance, depending on whether the person on offense is right-handed or left-handed, they're going to try to go to their preferred side. If they're right-handed, they'll be coming from over here, and you're going to want to switch hands and kind of force them to switch hands as well. So if you do this, they'll be uncomfortable, and they'll most likely either throw it off or make a stupid like dodge. A dodge is basically what they do to try to get around you. And it's good to do this because it can force turnovers or take up time and keep them from scoring as well. Some basic checks is one of them. My favorite one is a poke check. Poke check is basically just lunge at them like this and kind of poke their stick or their body. It's really frustrating for the person on offense with this check because one, it's a pain to get poked by a stick. Pretty obvious there. And two, it can force them to pass it. And if you get lucky, or you're pretty skilled, you can poke their stick as they're passing it and cause another turnover. Basically, your goal on defense is to cause a turnover and get your ball back to your offense so they can score. So also, you're going to keep your down low stance like this and kind of funnel them out away from the goal. To do this, another good way is a body check. Body check is you're up close, you're kind of pushing them out like that, and it gets them away from the goal and makes them have to force the ball back to one of their other teammates. There's not only 3 defenders because there's also 3 offense that come down and play defense as well from the midfield. This helps a lot with communication as well as defense in general because sometimes the offense will set picks on you and you'll need to call it out so everybody knows and they know when to switch or if you need to switch in general because that's how offense is able to move the ball because their goal is to score on you. Well, basically, another thing you need to do is communicate. Communication's key. If no one's talking on the field and just kind of running around, then some people won't even know where the ball is. And they'll just be on their man, just kind of just off. And something the man can just cut right by them, get a pass, and score. You don't want that happening. So you got to use a loud voice and sound out where the ball is. Another thing is, when you're on your man, if you're playing man at least, you want to keep a stance like this between your man and the ball, so you can see both of them out of both of your eyes. This is so that your guy can never slip away from you, and you always know where the ball is. So say my guy cuts up and the ball goes that way. I'm going to change my stance like this, so I get a good eye view of where my man is as well as where the ball is. There's also a lot of penalties that can come with defense, and that's not fun. You don't want to do that. You can never hit a guy on the head, trip them, or if the ball is down, you never want to hit them as hard as you can at least because they'll call a loose ball. They'll call a slash if you hit them on the head, which is a minute penalty. They're also, if you trip them, that's another penalty, and you're out for a good minute or so. Also, whenever the ball's down, there's a good drill people do. It's called man ball. Usually, people on defense will try to block out the man who on the offense who's trying to get the ball, and one of the people on offense playing defense for you will come in, swoop the ball, and the ball will be right back up on the other side where you want it to be. I'm Matt Watson. This is my presentation.